Alright guys, so for this next part we are going to be calculating using functions. And so in the last video we entered in our data from our spreadsheet. And so here we have Himalayan blackberry, canary reed grass, and then the sedge rush. And we entered in the number of individuals of each of those that we saw. And then we entered in lastly whether or not they were native or non-native. So for this part, we're going to be calculating using functions. So we're not going to be just adding these up in our head and typing in a number here. We're going to be using functions, and this is what we're going to be finally graded on when I go over these spreadsheets, whether or not you use these functions correctly. So follow along. So you're going to click in the cell here, cell number B12. So the cells are named after where they're located. So the column is B, and the row is 12, so this cell is B12. Total number of individuals in plot. And then in here, we're going to enter in a function. So when you enter in functions, double click in the cell, and then you're going to enter in the equal sign. If my computer would work, there we go. Equal sign. And the function we are going to do here is an addition function. So we're going to total up the total number of individuals in our sample plot. And so to do that, we type in equals, which you can see there, and then the word sum, S-U-M, which means to add. And then we're going to add in a parenthesis, an open parenthesis, so shift parenthesis. And now we're going to select the cells we want to total. And for the purpose of this, we're going to select all of the cells here in this tally box, all the way down to right above our total function. So if we were to enter in any other data into here, it would add it as well. So we're going to total up cells B5, right here, B5. So B and then 5. And we're totaling up B5 all the way down to B11. B and then 11. Once you've selected them, which you can see here, then you're going to hit the other parenthesis, close parenthesis, and then you hit enter. And voila, we have our total, 415. Right here. Now if you look here, you see 415, but if you look up here in what's called the function bar, function window, whatever, you can see actually this doesn't equal 415, it equals the sum of B5 all the way down to B11. So if I was to change a number in here, let's say I change, and this is just to show an example, you're not going to do this to your data, but if I was to change this 5 to a 10, it would change the number down here to 20. Okay, so it's a function. So whatever other data we could enter in here, if you were to adjust your numbers, it would also adjust the total down here. Now, you can do that for all of your cells here as you go down, or you can do this neat trick here. I select the cell here, the total individuals, and then I can copy this function and I can paste it down below. So you can do Control C to copy, or right-click copy. Now I'm copying the cell. Now I'm going to go down here and select the total number of individuals and my next sample plot, 2, and hit Control V. Now what this does is it not only moves the function, but it moves the spacing of the function. So you can see here up in your sum that it's, you want to double check it, that it's adding up the sum of cells B19 through B25. Okay, you're going to do this for all of your sample plots. So select this one again, copy, and then you go down to sample plot 3 and 4 all the way down to 5, wherever you have data. Now since there's nothing in my plot 3, because I haven't entered anything in there, you might have, hopefully you have at least a plot 3, Control V, it's going to equal 0 because there's nothing in here. The minute you enter numbers in here, it'll automatically add them up for you there. So it's important once you've done this just to go through and double check your work. So click here and make sure the sum function is correct. So sum of equals sum parenthesis B5 colon means all the way through to B11. So all of those it's adding together. Once you've done with that, just kind of double check your work, make sure it looks right, call me over, and then we are ready to move on to the next one where we're going to calculate up the abundance. All right, thanks.